Promises surrounding Social Security reform and expansion have been made by Congress members, including our president. Notably, President Biden tweeted about increasing monthly Social Security checks by an additional $200 per month in March 2020. This promise aimed to address the unique challenges faced by seniors and people with disabilities. However, we are now left wondering about the fulfillment of this promise, given the worsening economic conditions and rising inflation. Where are those $200 per month increases that were pledged by President Biden during his election campaign? Meanwhile, Congress members themselves are earning substantial salaries, with monthly paychecks of around $14,000 on a $774,000 annual salary. This income is nearly 10 times what Social Security recipients receive each month, creating a stark contrast. The question arises, how can politicians make informed decisions about Social Security benefits when they may not fully comprehend what it's like to live on a meager income, like the $1,000 or $1,500 per month that many Social Security beneficiaries rely on? President Biden's four-point plan for Social Security reform is currently under consideration in Congress. This plan represents an attempt to raise additional revenue and address perceived issues within the Social Security system. However, it is important to acknowledge that even if implemented in full, President Biden's plan may fall short in addressing Social Security's substantial long-term funding deficit, which stands at approximately $22.4 trillion through 2097. To understand the details of President Biden's plan, let's explore its four key components. 1. Reinstating the payroll tax on high earners, meaning those making over $400,000 would face additional taxes. However, this proposal may not fully address the funding shortfall. 2. Replacing the CPIW, Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, with the CPIE, Consumer Price Index for the elderly, potentially leading to higher cost of living adjustments, COLA, that benefit retirees. 3. Bolstering the special minimum benefit, which currently falls below the poverty line for single filers. The plan aims to increase this benefit by 125% of the federal poverty level, resulting in a $485 monthly increase. 4. Gradually raising payouts for aged beneficiaries, with a 1% annual increase beginning at age 78 and continuing through age 82, ultimately achieving a cumulative 5% increment. However, it's essential to understand that these measures may not fully resolve the impending Social Security crisis. The proposal doesn't cover the entirety of the funding deficit, which raises questions about the long-term sustainability of Social Security benefits. What's even more concerning is that if nothing substantial is done to address Social Security, there's a looming threat of a 24% reduction in benefits within 8 or 9 years. This potential cut has serious implications, and its impact extends to all Social Security beneficiaries, including current and future recipients. In essence, it's a challenge that cannot be ignored, and addressing it is of utmost importance. While there are alternative proposals, one is worth mentioning. Senator Bill Cassidy's proposal to invest $1.5 trillion over 5 years in a separate investment fund. This fund, distinct from the Social Security Trust Fund, would aim for an average 3.5% equity premium over a 70-year escrow period. It could cover up to 75% of the projected shortfall. Importantly, it doesn't involve touching Social Security funds, but it places faith in the strength of the American economy over the long term. The choice of how to address Social Security remains a complex one. Some have suggested raising the cap on Social Security contributions, while others argue for increasing the eligibility age. However, these measures can be seen as regressive or detrimental to those who have relied on Social Security for their retirement. As for the plan proposed by Senator Cassidy, it doesn't privatize Social Security. It creates a separate fund for investment without altering the existing Social Security Trust Fund. The aim is to harness the potential of the stock market's returns over the long term to bridge a substantial portion of the funding deficit. In conclusion, the future of Social Security remains a topic of significant concern and debate. While various proposals are on the table, the need to address the impending funding shortfall and provide support to Social Security beneficiaries remains pressing. Decisions made in this regard will profoundly affect the lives of millions of Americans who rely on Social Security for their financial well-being.